We're going to take a little linguistic time travel back to the 1950s, a decade of rock and roll, post-war optimism, and yes, some truly fascinating slang on both sides of the Atlantic.
Let's start with the United States. In the 50s, American teens began to carve out their own identity, and their language reflected that. One iconic slang word from this era is cool. Now, while cool existed earlier, it gained massive popularity in the 1950s, particularly through jazz culture and the burgeoning teen scene. It wasn't just a temperature anymore, it meant something or someone stylish, composed, or impressive. Then we have hipster. This term described someone who was into jazz, poetry, and counterculture. Hipsters were the nonconformists of their day, precursors to the beatniks who'd really take the stage in the late 50s and early 60s. And speaking of beatniks, let's not forget daddy-o, a term that came from African American jazz circles and was adopted by the wider youth culture. It was often used to address someone in a casual or slightly cool manner. Hey, daddy-o, what's the word?
Now, across the pond in the United Kingdom, slang was evolving in its own colourful way. One popular term from the British 50s was blimey, a softened form of God blind me, used to express surprise. Though it predates the decade, it was still going strong. Another is chuffed, meaning pleased or proud. I was absolutely chuffed to get the job, you might hear someone say. And then there's spiv, a particularly 1950s British slang term. A spiv was a flashy, smooth-talking character, usually male, who lived on the fringes of the law, dealing in black market goods or dodgy schemes. Think tight suits, slick hair, and quick deals.
So what do these words tell us? They reflect the energy and anxieties of a post-war world, young people eager to assert their identity, class tensions, and rapid cultural shifts. Language, as always, acted as a mirror. And it's interesting how many of these terms, cool, hipster, chuffed, are still around today, albeit in slightly different forms.